morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. This is Rick Gomez coming to you live from El Paso, Texas on my Wednesday morning, May the 21st, live. Hope everybody slept well. I'm getting everything organized here a little bit. So give me 1 second while I do a couple of little housekeeping things here. Again, I want to welcome everybody to my live, and I'm just double checking some of my settings because I was up not a little late, but a little bit trying to get everything going here. And I just want to make sure I didn't change anything last night that is going to cause me to have issues. Give me 1 second. Testing. Where's that? So anyway, let's get started here. As you know by now, what I like to do is I'd like to go back out into my ChatGPT and check on what I did yesterday in terms of using ChatGPT to help me solve a problem, get an idea, and that's where I'm at with that. And so everything seems to be going a little slow this morning. Let me see here. So let me see, why is that not working? So that's going slow. I'm going to do this. And I'll be right back. All right, good morning, everybody. Rick Gomez from El Paso, Texas. It is now 4:36 in the forgotten time zone out here in West Texas, in Mountain Time Zone. So that means it's 6:36 on the East Coast, 5:36 in Central Time, and 4:36 here. I don't talk too much about Pacific Coast Time because they're probably still not awake. So I want to welcome everybody today. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at what I do each day to build income after corporate life. That means, what do I do for retirement? What do I do after my grandpa time? What do I do when I'm finished doing my other stuff? And so what I wanted to go over today, it's Wednesday. In the corporate world, we used to call that hump day because once we get over it, we're downhill for the rest of for the week. This week in corporate life, we would be getting ready because we were having a 3-day weekend. And to maximize those 3-day weekends, we would take Friday off. So we'd have Friday off, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So that's a 4-day weekend. But you only had to use 1 day of vacation. And so and now in my retirement, I do is I still work a little bit part-time with the school districts. I am a substitute teacher and currently working on an assignment that will take me through the end of next week. That is an assignment working in an autism class. We only have 7 students, but they're very special. They all have unique needs, and it's taught me a lot about being how to be compassionate and how to be patient. So I work with that. So as I'm getting my vocal cords warmed up, how was everybody's Tuesday? Oh, that coffee tastes good. So today what I wanted to do was, as I get warmed up, I was going to go over this document that I had put together. This document, hello kind sir Bruce, thanks for joining, I appreciate you. So I was going to go over 2 documents. Well, it's really one big document, but I couldn't staple both of them together, so it's document 1, document 2. And what it is I shared with you guys that I use ChatGPT to create, to clarify, to expand on, I use it for everything to help me stay focused, right? And so in this case today, I wanted to, again, I wanted to take the material that I already have and share it with you guys, because what I'm going to talk about today is something that everybody has to go through to do anything. I know I do it for building an income after corporate life, but it's I don't know if you want to call it a secret, a trick, a tip, roadmap, whatever you want to call it. I found this a long time ago, and it's always, and as I've been in the industry of online marketing, network marketing, trying to make money online, I see the same thing over and over again. And little did I know that I had come across what is the treasure map to doing all this stuff. And I call it the Freedom Journey System. Freedom Journey is because, I feel free. Feeling is what you want to have. If you're stressed out, you don't have that good feeling about, I'm free. I got to go do this. I don't have to do my substitute teaching. I get to do it, and I want to do it. But nothing in my life is about I have to do something. And so I have to do these TikTok lives at 4:30 in the morning. I have to do those. And I look forward to them because they help me practice. They help me get my the main thing is practice. Plus I get the recording. Plus I get to use it for multiple exposures. So, but it lets me teach something that I know can help you. And that is what I call the Freedom Journey System. How to go from employee to entrepreneur. The map, the mindset, and the method. So I'm going to, before we get started here real quick, I'm just double checking my systems and settings. Um, so kind sir Bruce, where are you coming from? If you hear me, throw in the comments where you're watching from. I'd really like to know. But I'm gonna get started here. So, like I said, I use ChatGPT every day to expand on ideas, to get new ideas, and going back on my conversations yesterday, I look at my yesterday part over here on the left-hand side. So yesterday, I was trying to, as most of you know, let me get over here and put that in here. Yeah. So to market online through TikTok, they use a integrated system called Stan Store. I hadn't heard too much about Stan Store, but I saw that everybody was using Stan Store because it's integrated with TikTok. And so yesterday, I think I started on Monday or Tuesday. I went ahead and, bit the bullet. I went ahead and got me my subscription here to TikTok, to Stan Store. It is going to cost me $28 a month, $1 a day. But it can do a lot of different things. So last night, I was setting it up, and I was just sort of kind of trying to figure out what to do with this. But the first thing I had to do was put this picture in here. And for whatever reason, I like this black and white picture. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent. If you like it, you don't like it. But I like it. And so what I did was I used my ChatGPT, because this thing has to be 100 by 100 image, whatever that means. And so I took my image and dropped it into ChatGPT, and I said, I need this image that I have on one of my other social media platforms. And I said, make this into 100 by 100 image. And it went and resized it. And so I saved it and I uploaded it up into the Stan Store, and it took it. Then it had me put a little headline there. And for me, one of the things that had always crossed my mind when I was working in the corporate world was that you want to go, that's 9 to 5. You have to do it. Everybody has to do it. You don't have to do it immediately. You may not know that there's other ways to create income, create value. And, but the primary, knowledge that I'm trying to share with others is how to move from being an employee, which we all have been. So you're not the only one. But we know that there's more, and we want to be able to do more, be more, and have more. And the only way to do that is to come out here and share with an audience, a market that could see you, on a daily basis for a long time. So what I wanted to do here was, I just said, throw me a sub-headline that I can use to use as a mantra. And it comes up with, from 9 to 5 freedom, learn how I did it, free blueprint, and my top tools below. And in a nutshell, that's probably about right, because I do have some guides down there. I do have on this site here, in that blue box, the 90-day freedom blueprint. That one will also get you the blueprint that I use that helped me create online income after my corporate life. And I wanted to make sure that hold on a second. Hey, welcome everybody. Joseph, only in Ohio. Pack God, mangoes. Oh, are you packing mangoes in Ohio? But anyway, so this Stan Store that I was creating was meant to be for anybody who's working a day job, or a night job, whatever your 9 to 5 is, and it could be 24 hours a day, so whatever your 9 to 5 is, I have a blueprint that shows you how to break away from that. And one of the biggest reasons you want to learn these new skills is because if you don't have any other skills, you're going to feel trapped. I don't know what else to do. Or you do something that's manual labor, and that's not going to be, you're going to make some money, but you have to go back and do it again and again and again. So there's no there's no way to systemize yourself until you do something online. Because everything that I do here, I do this and I leave it, and then I go do what I want to do, which is substitute teach. And I go do that, but this system is working while I'm gone. And that's what we all want. We want something to work without me. And so the first thing that I want to do is create this stand store. And like I said, I've had it for a little bit. It's going to cost $28 a month, $1 a day. I'm fine with that. But it gives you a place to use it so that you can have a platform, have a storefront. This is your storefront. This would be a storefront. And so right now, as I'm filling it out, it's out there, but all I've done so far is put in this headline, subheadline. I've loaded my Instagram, all of my social media accounts in here. So that means if you want to see what I'm doing on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, or X, you can just click here, and it's already loaded to go to my pages and my accounts in those platforms. And as I go scroll down here, this is the Build Your Stand Store. This is an affiliate program. This one, if you share it, I share with you Stand Store, and you like it, go to the Stand Store, stand.store/Real Rick Gomez, and you can get your Stand Store through my link, and that helps me get a little bit of compensation for sharing with you. Now, I also have all these right now that I just put as placeholders, because one of the things that many people get stuck in is not knowing what to put. So there's a concept of a placeholder. And so I put out here a bunch of placeholders for the moment, because I'm going to fill them in. So the first one was a book, a one-on-one call with me, and it has a price. Right now it has $9.99, and that was the default price that came with this widget, or this little set right here. And I'm going to leave it like that until next week, because next week I'm going to change it to $99. And so, and again, right now it's because I'm getting started. I want everybody to have access, and if you want to have a call with me, $9.99. Next week goes up to $99. So, because remember, we talked about valuing your time. When you don't value your time, nobody else will either. And so I want to help you create that mindset that your information is valuable, that my time is valuable, that your time is valuable, and you get rid of the tire kickers. Because the people that want to learn from a mentor, from somebody who's done the technology part, who's done the falling down part, the setup part, that's worthy of some value. And so I want you to know that once you start picking up your skills or increasing your skills, you can have people book you for $10 an hour. This is a half hour, or $99. But you have to add value to that. Okay. The other thing I have in here, so it has a widget. So all these things are widgets. And so when I was going through the Stand Store setup, it showed me all these things, and I was looking at them, and if you're like me, you have a lot of ideas about what to put out there. And so what I wanted was to be, again, I've used another system